Selamat siang. Right?
Selamat siang.
Yeah.
You can speak Indonesia.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes. Very nice.
Selamat siang, Dr. Kim.
Yeah, selamat siang.
I remember you took me to great lunch. I don't know to visit your factory in the.
Okay, now I speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Do you hear my voice?
Yeah. I heard your voice clear.
Okay. In 2018, I greeted you in Bali. However,
Bali.
This year, Bali. This year, I would
visit again.
Yeah. I would like to greet you from Korea to the impact of COVID-19.
Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jong-Young Kim, representing Taos Corporation from Korea. Taos developed a platform about the electronic vehicle. I am thankful to Dr. Ebi and all of the staff for letting me have this opportunity. Now I am going to talk my topic. Topic is electronic vehicle policy trends by country and how to use the battery after use. You can follow those indexes. The topic was divided into major 4 parts. The first is the policy about EV and used battery. Second, EV and used battery market size forecast and environmental effect of the EV and used battery. Third, case studies. Last, Taos introduction of technology introduction of Taos. First of all, I am giving you a speech about the major electronic vehicle policy in 10 Asian countries. At the first, in Indonesia, Dr. Ebi knows about Indonesia better than I do, but here's what we researched. These are good policies for it, but because of the time I have, I will focus on the subsidy policy. In Indonesia is LCGC program. LCGC program is the program of the supporting fund for the selected small hatchback.
Apologize, Mr. Jong-Young Kim.
Yeah.
We would like to make sure, are you presenting the slideshow or not? Because we haven't seen your presentation.
Yeah.
Have you already shared your screen? To make sure that you don't share.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just to make sure that you don't share your slide screen.
Oh,
yet.
I'm sorry.
Perfect.
I'm sorry, my mistake. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Looking this page?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. This page index a pass. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This page pass. Okay. Okay. There are good policies for each, but because of the time I have, I will focus on the subsidy policy. In Indonesia, LCGC program is the supporting fund for the selected small hatchback, right? Okay. In Thailand, luxury tax exemption for selected. Oh, no. This part is in Indonesia. Okay. In Thailand, EcoCar project, the government give reducing of commodity tax on selected small car, 17%. And then Philippines, cars program, similar in Indonesia, LCGC. The people who use the selected small car can get a supporting fund from $500 to $1,000 per unit. And then Malaysia, EBB program. The government give permission to import government certified eco-friendly vehicle and reduction of goods tax and parts import tax. Singapore, among the 7 strategic goals of Green Plan 2030, 2 goals are presented: energy reset and encouraging electronic vehicle adoption. In relation to the expansion of electronic vehicle supply, in Vietnam, they are in middle of the globalization of production technology and charge of special compression tax rate. The Myanmar government has shown its willingness to foster the electronic vehicle industry and announced permission to operate 49 electronic charging stations. Cambodia, the detailed strategy for the long-term low-carbon development is under development of the United Nations Development Plan, and the main plan is to be announced by division into energy transportation. Laos has established an electronic vehicle expansion strategy with the goal of increasing the number of electronic vehicles to 1% of the total number of vehicles supplied by 2025 and to more than 30% by 2030. On the Brunei Darussalam's National Climate Change Policy, the prefectural pilot project is believed to serve as a facilitator for national resilience to climate change and low carbon emission. It is called Brunei's 4 Major Initiative and Transportation Policies. In the case of Korea's used battery policy, in Korea, there are 3 sides of the political support to promote of the battery renew industry. The first side is about the law. Since revised the Clean Air Compensation Act, the regulation that the used battery only purchased after 2021 was returned to the government was abolished, and since 2022 January it is possible to sell and distribution in private freely. And the second is we established the creating in the industrial ecosystem. First of all, they established the future waste resources based collector center and established the Pohang Blue Valley National Industry District Rechargeable Battery Total Management Center. At the last, the demonstration industry of Korea is the first one is the energy storage system, the demonstration of microelectronic vehicle production and operation. And it is home industrial energy storage system. And we can see very commonly is the e-mobility and the demonstration of the extraction processing of the rare metal high purity. Pohang Blue Valley National Industrial District was designated. Look at this map. This map is Korea in South Korea. And East Sea, red circle is Pohang City. And blue circle is Pohang Blue Valley National Industry District. And light blue circle in Postec. There are Postec, RIST, Anti-IT Fusion Center. They do the cell producing and performance, stability, evolution, and supporting. About more than 40 companies are represented. It is the hub to roll for the reuse and recycling of the used batteries, such as collecting, storing, efficiency test, and classification after using electronic vehicles. The first in Korea. Okay. I want to explain about the forecast of the size of the EV and used battery market. EV sales in the world enrich 60 million units and will amount to 55% of the global fleet by 2040. As of November 2021, Korea supported 229,000 electronic vehicles and 19,000 hydrogen vehicles. This is a very fast-growing trend. In 2030, the whole battery after using of the EV, it expected that batteries whole power is going to expand and as much as 200 kilowatt per hour. The battery renew and recycling market is expected to grow 43.1% in 2026 compared to 2021. Now I'm going to talk about the environmental impact of EV. In the image below, it is clear to see how electricity production GHG is projected decrease with the advancement of renewable electricity sources. However, battery manufacturing GHG projection for BEV seems to remain the same for most regional projections. How can we further reduce the CO2 footprint of battery manufacturing? According to research from Europe, generally, EV higher manufacturing emission cost will be caught up with the typical ICE vehicle within 2 years when they have been driving for 150 1,000 kilometers, EV is more eco-environment. Even in the worst case scenario, in EV with a battery produced in China and driven in Poland still emit 22% less CO2 than diesel and 28% less than gasoline. The tool shows in the best case scenario, an EV with a battery produced in Sweden and driven in Sweden can emit 80% less CO2 than diesel and 81% less than gasoline. When assuming national average in USA, electrification of vehicle offers a significant reduction into CO2 emission per vehicle. Let's now take a look at California, which is the biggest car and EV market in US. Thanks to the clear grid, the move to all electronic vehicle reduce emissions radically. On the other side, in West Virginia, the grid that's heavily reliant on coal make hybrid more effective in reducing CO2 emission. Let's take a look about the environmental impact of used battery. Three are the steps to reuse the used battery. First of all, you have to determine how much charging performance is remaining. And as their performance, they will be separated into reuse and recycle. Reuse is to use a different purpose, and recycle is retrieve the materials such as nickel, manganese, and etc. In this chart, the blue bar is disposal scenario. The orange one is reuse scenario, and the red one is a benefit. As a result, in every environmental affection evaluation index, the second use produced the benefit, which reduced the environmental load, especially reducing 48.48 kilogram of the CO2. We are going to look over the case study of developed country. In EU, they keep asking more advanced level of the battery industry. And as they are demand the EU regulation for battery industry proposed the fourth step. Okay. Austria's first national battery recycling initiative, BCycle, was announced. The Battery Stewardship Council, supported by the federal and states governments, and the Austrian Competition and Customer Commission plan to invest $1 million in BCycle implementation by the Australian government. In China, the best sales of the electronic vehicle in the world. Right side, this guy is maybe made by BYD. A changeable battery include. Okay, America. Approaching on supplement the investment of R&D. The Argonne National Lab, supported by the US government, which is studying about the economic benefit from recycling batteries, announced that if the recycling material from the lithium-ion battery is reused, it could get low to $80 per kilowatt hour for the prime cost of the battery. Because of cutting off the 10% and 30% of the cost of production. Recently, as the Japanese government has presented that the provision of sales for the new model. At First Country Club in Japan, they reused the used batteries for the golf cart. 7-Eleven Japan used the recharged batteries made by the used one that they charging for the day and restore the power. Now let's check out the Korean study case. At the battery module unit, it is possible to replace the similar capacity of lead acid battery. The most representative case to reduce of the data loss, which is able to be happen when the power is shut down suddenly. It is possible to apply it as the UPS. Agricultural transport vehicle using electronic vehicle reuse battery. This car is made in Korea. Yeah. It is applied as the unit of the battery pack that the perceived cost of repurpose is cheaper. And then portable chargers, truck mount. It is applied as the unit of the battery pack that the process cost of repurpose is cheaper. It could be put into the area where has the enough charging demand, but the less or low electronic vehicles recharging infra, such as the tour attractions, festival, and concert. This is a system that blends EV batteries and recycles used batteries. Batteries are easy to merge as they can be tracked and monitored within an integrated system. BESS, Battery Energy Storage System. Seoul Dream Center used the power from the battery energy storage system, which is combined the batteries from the electronic bus in Namsan and the new one. It used on the field of the construction. The power of the solar plant is stored in the 2 million watt-hour ESS and supplied to the external power grid. It is the ecosystem generator. From now on, I will explain about the technology of my company, Taos. The main technology of Taos can be classified into 3 great divisions. The first, vehicle sensor technology and IoT platform technology. The last, battery pack technology for driving. The first is EV Care Service Cloud Platform. In the study case of Taos, this service can be roughly divided into charging service and O2O service. The charging service provides the condition monitoring and the location of charging stations. The O2O service provides the fault diagnosis function and the location of the nearest auto shop to repair. EV Care Service Cloud Platform comprises ODB2 analysis device, which is based on mobile communication network and cloud server. So it collects and processes the information of the electronic vehicle in real time. Taos has collected the EV learning data since 2018. We have processed the data to make it stable to organize, process, and analyze. It is able to draw out the information which is not visual, and we visualize the processed data. Those graphics are the ones of the result from the EV Care. We make the average the temperature and the chargeable power. Those two are the visualized result of them. And we testified the connection through the linear regression model. So far, we Taos have developed and produced eco-mobility and service. Finally, our goal is to be part of the V2G technology, that electronic vehicle battery connects to electronic grid. Let me show our service. Okay, change screen is possible. Okay. And last page. I am very grateful for the invitation at such an honorable place. I'm no researcher, no professor. I'm just a person who runs a company. So I focused on the prediction of the market, the current techniques, and the future that we have to pass to. Thanks to Dr. Abby Cartini and every steps again. Okay, thank you for your attention. Terima kasih.